Hello. Before I start on my topic, there was something Matthias forgot to read about democracy, which was written by a very intelligent person, wonderful writing. Is Edward Albanese from Propaganda. Here it is. The unconscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, our minds molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested, largely by men we have never heard of. This is a logical result of the way in which our democratic society is organized. Vast numbers of human beings must cooperate in this manner if they are to live together as a smoothly functioning society. In almost every act of our daily lives, whether in the sphere of politics or business, in our social conduct or our ethical thinking, we are dominated by the relatively small number of persons who understand the mental processes and social patterns of the masses. It is they who pull the wires which control the public mind. So, in a nutshell, that's the breakdown of democratic society's mind control, manipulation. Now, if you don't allow yourself to be involved in this, and you choose to be yourself and to come out and tell the truth like people deserve to know, then you don't have to be part of it. You're a sovereign being. You have the choice. You have the choice to say, no, I don't participate in that. It's fraud, it's deception, and it's wrong. These people want money and they want to control your life. Don't let them do it. You have a mind, you have a voice, everybody has talents and creativity. Everybody has a way to speak out. Even if you can't talk, or you're very severely disabled, I'm sure you have talents where you can help. Everybody is welcome in our group. Everyone who wants to do anything. Don't feel like an idiot. Just do it. If you have an idea, share it. Go on YouTube, make your own videos. Please. We encourage it, we love it, and we welcome all the light bringers together. That's basically the justice. If we can break this down, it's the justice we need. Because in the big picture, the people on the very top, those are the same bloodlines who murdered Yeshua. We need to give him justice that he didn't get, and he deserves it. He wants us, through his consciousness, to make the world a better place. A loving world, a caring world, a world that's not going to fight and not going to fall for their stupidity and stupid, lame arguments to keep us fighting amongst ourselves. So, when they say jump, you say, no way, I'm not. It's my decision, I'm a human being. I do have rights and freedom, don't I? I always mention the Constitution, so you can point out their hypocrisy when they start acting like idiots and doing unnecessary searches and embarrassing things like the TSA. Now, I have an article I want to share, but I also wanted to share a poem first. So, here it is. It's called Standing Firm. We could not care less what you do. We will never quit. Throw a boulder in our way and we'll jump over it. Knock us down and we'll get back up. You cannot hold us back. We will always be ready to defend whenever you attack. Whatever trap you conjure up, we refuse to fall. No matter what you try to do, you'll never have us all. Remember that. If you're one of these pigs who thinks that they can control us all, you're totally wrong. Kill us, go ahead, kill us. There'll be more of us out there to keep it up, and to bring you down. You do not have control over us. We are sovereign beings, and we can take care of ourselves. We do not need you controlling us. I came across this article on the internet the other day. I believe it was from IntelliHub.com, the greatest online newspaper. I was very upset to hear this. It made me very, very angry, and I wanted to read the article to you and share it with you. It's by Melton from the Daily Sheeple. It says, the title is, officials have announced that the 911 museum dedicated to September 11, 2001 attacks, which has been in the process of construction for years now at the foundation of the Twin Towers, is finally set to open for the first time in May. The National September 11th Memorial and Museum will display tributes to each of the nearly 3,000 victims and a large collection of artifacts from the attacks. A three-part exhibition will recreate the official story of that morning, the false one, complete with an exploration of what supposedly led up to the attacks that day. In a controversial move, it has just been announced that approximately 8,000 remains of unidentified 9/11 victims will be moved to the museum as well, and DNA identification efforts will continue there. Access to these remains will be restricted to victim families and medical examiner personnel only. The museum will be open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Anyone who is not a rescue worker or a child under 6 years old will be charged a $24 entrance fee. Making money off the murders, yes. Retired Deputy Fire Chief Jim Richards and Sally Regenhard, each of whom lost firefighter sons in the attacks, complained earlier this year that the museum was never intended to be a revenue-generating tourist attraction with a prohibitive budget and entrance fee. Museum officials defend the planned ticket price, saying the museum's operations are privately funded. That private funding reportedly includes $63 million operating budget for 2014, according to the mission written on the official museum site, demonstrating the consequences of terrorism on individual lives and its impact on communities at the local, national, and international levels. The museum attests to the triumph of human dignity over human depravity and affirms an unwavering commitment to the fundamental value of human life. Multiple times, the website mentions that not only will the museum be served as a memorial for the 9/11 victims, but it will educate future generations, basically lie to future generations, on the official story of what happened at the morning of September 11, 2001. The museum's director's message begins with, the National September 11th Memorial and Museum are being built to honor memory and in doing so educate for a better future. Well, you know what? With this crap, the future's not getting any better. I can tell you that right now. It would appear that the museum will serve as yet another memorial to the government's official story, in which the same way Dealey's Plaza 6th floor museum at the Book Depository in Dallas, Texas, where JFK was assassinated, preserves the government's magic bullet theory. Potential visitors should wonder whether or not the new 9/11 museum will host a section illustrating the miracles of that day. Not just the miracle of the human spirit, of those who gave their lives to save others from a horror many everyday citizens could have never foreseen. But the other miracles dotting the government's official story. The miracle, for example, of the only time in recorded history that steel and iron structures melted and collapsed on themselves from a building fire, supposedly caused by planes crashing into a few of the floors, but somehow a paper passport could float out of one of the hijacker's pockets, presumably while he was on one of those planes, and that passport could later be found virtually intact and undamaged on the street below. The miracle of how a Boeing 757 was able to fly into the Pentagon at an angle that is, by multiple pilot accounts and computer recreations, based on the official story. Sorry, I had to turn the page. Impossible. And over 250 pilots and aviation professionals have now gone on record to dispute these official stories. The miracle of how no Boeing 757 was ever found in that hole is supposedly left in the Pentagon. What was I? A hole not physically big enough for the plane that supposedly hit it, nor were any people on the plane found at Shanksville, Pennsylvania crash site. The miracle of how World Trade Center 7, a building which was never hit by a plane and only had pockets of isolated fires on a few floors, imploded in a free fall in near perfect symmetry onto its own footprint 7 hours after the planes hit the World Trade Center towers. The miracle of how a reporter at the BBC reported live on this building having already collapsed while standing in front of it on screen before it collapsed. Will there ever be a section on all the rights Americans have lost in the wake of 9/11 in the name of the never-ending war on terror? A display of how the Constitution has been usurped? Will it come complete with artifacts as well, including thousands of naked body scans of humiliated Americans treated as guilty until proven innocent at our nation's airports every day? Or perhaps even a urostomy bag torn open during an enhanced pat-down by Transportation Security Administration, because they just had to make sure a retired special education teacher and a bladder cancer survivor on his way to Orlando, Florida wasn't a terrorist. The museum is set to open to the general public on May 21st. I really hope that people try to come there and try to tell the truth. I hope that people try to protest this. I hope that people really get the word out, because I am very upset that future generations are being blatantly lied to. Most of the history you learned in your classes was told in their favor. Lots of stuff was a lie. They murdered JFK because he didn't like the Federal Reserve. He didn't want it anymore. Do you see what's going on here? These people think they can murder whoever they want so they can get their end, whatever they want to be done. They care more about business than lives. They are making money over a lie of people that they murdered. Absolutely disgraceful. I'm very upset about it, and I hope more people will speak up and say, we're sick of this and it's not going to happen anymore. We're not going to cooperate or tolerate this behavior anymore. Now, we have a question of the episode, and it follows this. What happens when the true light bringers are alone in the public spotlight? Number 1, Yeshua, first and foremost. 2, JFK, and 3, MLK. Single by themselves light bringers, bringing the light, and what happens? They get killed. You know, if somebody in power is doing something that they don't like, they will kill them, find a way to kill them. We need to come together. Together we can do it. Together there's nothing they can do. We need to bring ourselves together and fight for our brothers and sisters that were murdered in the Twin Towers. We are all a family. All humans are, at least. I'm not human, but I want to be part of this too, because I care. Although I'm just a puppet, I hope I can change and help you understand things that are going on. And we will always be giving you the truth. And that's all I have to report today, and I'll see you next week. I'm going to turn over to Ralph. Thank you, and have a great day.